Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I promise that I am not naked. I just have a strapless shirt on, but in today's video, it's actually going to be a little different. As I was going through and decluttering all my makeup, I really realized how much makeup that I do have and that I have not touched in a very long time. Like some of the eyeshadow palettes, I just said like, maybe I'll try them out a little bit more and then I'll toss them out if I don't like them. So today's video, I'm basically just going to be trying out makeup that I once loved and just seeing if I still love it or seeing if I still want it. It'd mean the world to me if you guys hit that subscribe button. And now if you guys are wanting to see this tutorial, I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the first product, jumping right into it. This is a Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. As you guys can tell, I used a pretty good amount of this for a while. And I don't know why I haven't used it in a while. I just really like my First Aid Beauty Primer and I tend to stick with the same product. So I'm going to just try this one out today and see if I still feel the same way about it because I remember really loving it. Oh, this feels so good on the skin. Now I know why I loved this product. It definitely feels really, really moisturizing and just really cooling. If you guys have tried the First Aid Beauty, their new coconut water moisturizer, it feels a lot like that. I actually really like how that primer feels, but now I'm moving on to foundation. The one that I have is this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I remember being obsessed with this one, and I can't remember who, but someone brought it up that they absolutely love this foundation, and I was like, wait, I used to love that too, so I'm really interested to try it out. The only thing is, as you guys can tell, it's a lot tanner than what my face is, so I'm actually going to take just a little bit of my NYX white drops and just like put them in there and just kind of mix it up, so that way it matches my skin tone. I wonder if there's even, yeah, there's a little bit in here so I can get like a good test. Oh, okay, I just don't think I need that much. Really actually like Maybelline's foundations. I loved their Dewy and Flawless one from this. Oh my gosh, it was by far like the best foundation I've ever tried, except it broke me out ridiculously. And like, I don't break out very easily, so I know it was that foundation. I had a couple other people tell me the same thing, that it made them break out. So that made me really upset because I loved that foundation. Like, it was going to be my holy grail on top of like any high-end foundations. I'm really liking the way that the foundation looks so far, so now I'm going to move on to concealer. I used to love this concealer. If you guys watched any of my past tutorials, you know this. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal Camouflage Concealer, and this is in the color 10 Fair. So I'm just going to take it where I usually would. The only thing I don't like is the way that this like comes out. This concealer is a little bit too light for me right now, but we're just gonna go with it. I'm using that same Morphe sponge to blend it out. Listen. Weirdly enough, I'm actually really liking the way that the concealer looks as well, so we're off to a good start. I don't have any cream contour products that I used to use because I didn't used to cream contour, so I'm just gonna use my normal one, which is the Kat Von D, and just sculpt out my cheekbones a little bit more. Now to set everything, I remember loving and then hating and then loving, and then now I don't know where I stand with this product, but this is the RCMA No Color Powder. I remember thinking it like creased up my eyes too much and that it was like too white. And the packaging really sucks, but then I remember using it in like Holy Grail videos, and then I remember just not liking it. I really don't know where him and I stand, so we're just going to try each other out and see how we feel. I'm just taking this on a Morphe Y11 brush and setting everywhere that I put my concealer. I'm feeling around my face and I can see that this foundation is still transferring even though I just set it. So I'm gonna try setting it with a little bit more of this powder and then we'll see, because I don't know why it's not setting. lot better now that it's set a second time, but I feel like the concealer that I just used, this Maybelline one, it's not as full coverage as I'd like it to be because I do have really dark bags underneath my eyes. So it's not covering them up completely, but like on my chin and my nose, it looks pretty good. So I would just say if I'm going to use this again, I'll probably just put like Tarte Shape Tape right underneath my eyes, which is usually what I do even with like Naked Skin concealer. So I'm going to say this is kind of like meh, because I mean, it doesn't really cover up my dark circles, so that kind of annoys me, but oh well. Moving right along, I have this number 7 caramel bronzer. I used to rave about this all the time, and I feel like it was a Hoola dupe, but I just haven't used it in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one and see if I still love it. Bronzer is pretty good. I'd probably like to save it for whenever I'm like super tan in the summer, just because it's really, really warm. So it's definitely not like a cool toned bronzer that you can like contour out your cheekbones. So that's the only downside of it, but I'd probably really like it just in the summertime to warm up the rest of my face. For blush today, this is actually a limited edition item, but I haven't used it like hardly, but I remember really liking it. And this was the MAC Nutcracker Sweet Peach Face Compact, and it just looks like this, and that highlight looks so beautiful. And I mean, it looks like it's pretty dug into, but not like a super large amount, but this one right here doesn't look like it's hardly touched. So I'm gonna try both of these out and see how I feel. I'm gonna try the highlight inside of this compact as well. From the looks of it, this highlight is beautiful, and it's definitely like a blinding highlight, but the only thing is that where you put the highlight is like where it's going to be. I've been trying to like blend it out with my bronzer and with my blush, but personally I just feel as though it's like just kind of stuck where I put it. So that's the only problem I have with it, but I think it's a really pretty color. Like I really, really like that color. I'm just doing my brows really quick. I'm using my Benefit Ka-Brow. I don't really have a bunch of brow stuff that I used to like love because I was never really into brows. So I'm just finishing these up so we can move on to the eyes. I'm actually really excited to try out this eyeshadow palette, and this is the Violet Voss X Laura Lee palette. I love Laura Lee so much, so when I bought this I was so excited, and it was definitely one of my like most used palettes at the time. But ever since like more eyeshadow palettes started coming out, those are what I've been going to more often. So I'm actually going to be trying this out today once again. The first color that I'm going to take in my transition area is this one called Press Pot. The next shade I'm going to use is Mama Bird right here, and I'm going to work that into my crease. I think I'm just going to do a warm toned makeup look with this. So guys, I think I'm feeling kind of ballsy today, so I'm gonna go in with the color Flaky all over my eyelid, and then I'm going to top it off with Tickled Pink. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're just gonna go with it. And like I said, I'm going to take the color Tickled Pink right here and just top off that whole entire lid with it. gonna take the color Mama Bird once again and just take that on my lower lashes and smoke it out down there. Alright, so I want to deepen up that crease a little bit more, so I'm going to take the color, I think it's called Ragamuffin or Raja Muffin, I don't know, but it's the one that says muffin after it. So I'm going to take a little bit of that, which is just a little bit deeper of an orange than Mama Bird, and I'm going to take it right in that crease. And taking that same muffin color underneath the lower lash line as well. My inner corner highlight, I'm taking the color Sugar right here. So I like how this eye look turned out, and I think the mattes inside of this palette are really good. The only thing that really bothered me is like Sugar wasn't that pigmented, and Tickled Pink is really, really flaky, like extremely flaky. But Fleeky was actually really impressive by how good that was. So I really like the mattes, and I probably will use the mattes more than I will like the shimmers inside of this palette, to be completely honest. But yeah, I'll probably just keep this palette just for the matte shades. And the next item is this Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do eyeliner yet or not, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put on mascara, see how I like it. But I don't remember if I liked this one or not, so I'm pretty sure that I did. But I'm just going to make sure this time around, because I have a lot of mascaras that are in my drawer, and I love drugstore mascaras. They tend to be some of the best mascaras, so I'm gonna go ahead and just try this Maybelline one out and see how I like it, and if I don't like it, then I can just toss it, just because it's been sitting in my drawer for a little while. All right, so first coat looks pretty good. Zoom you guys in because look how good this mascara looks. Like, oh my god, I'm not wearing any falsies. This is literally just the mascara. So I am so glad that I tried that out again, because I really could not remember, but now I remember loving it, and I know why. Now I think the lipstick that I'm going to use today is this Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick, and this is in the color Coral Corruption. I remember absolutely loving this formula. I haven't used it in a couple months, but I don't know if I like this color or not. So we're just gonna check it out. I actually really like the way that this lipstick looks, especially with the warm eyes. So I'm really excited about that. I'm definitely going to be using more of these products more often, especially this foundation. I really love the way that it looks with this primer. This primer will definitely be used more often as well, especially because of how expensive it was. But yeah, I think everything looks pretty good except for this concealer. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and toss this. I like the way that it looks, but the darkness underneath the eyes, I'm just like really not into it. And I have other drugstore concealers that I personally really like a lot more than this. So this is probably just gonna go in the garbage, which is probably about time anyways. But I really like the way that RCMA powder looked as well. Everything else turned out pretty good. I think the Violet Voss, like I said, I'll probably just be using the mattes inside of this palette. I don't really see myself reaching for any of the shimmers. I have better shimmers in other palettes. So I think that's pretty much all that I have to say. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel today and watching me try out my old loved makeup and seeing if I like it again. I'm also really excited that I tried out this Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara because I thought I remembered loving it, but I couldn't remember. So I'm really glad that I tried it out because I really, really love the way that it makes my lashes look. They look insane right now, and to know that this is another drugstore product, thank you, Jesus. So yeah, thanks again, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.